guys, welcome back. So today I want to talk to you about the AR versus the AK. I know it's one of the oldest debates in firearms history, but ever since those two weapon systems squared off in the jungles of Southeast Asia, there's been a debate as to which one is the best combat rifle. Now there's a lot of aspects to what defines best, and I don't hope to answer that global question as to which one is best here today. What I do want to talk about, and one of the subjects that seems to come up most often, is which is the best rifle in terms of accuracy. Now it's hard to define best, but let's talk about practical accuracy with iron sights. Both rifles are capable of engaging man-sized targets out to 300 meters or past. And in this case, we're going to take a look at the M4 and the AK-74. Now, some folks claim that the AK-74, with its short sight radius, is horribly inaccurate. And we want to find out today just how accurate or inaccurate the AK-74 is. Now, the Colt M4, which I have here, has a little bit better sights, has a little bit longer sight radius, and it's manufactured to a little bit tighter tolerances. But how much more accurate is the M4 compared to its counterpart, the AK-74? That's what I want to focus on today. Let's get started. All right, first up, let's talk about the Russian-made AK-74, of which I'm holding one here right now. Now, the AK-74 was adopted in 1974 to replace the AK-47. The AK-74 fires a 5.45 by 39 millimeter cartridge, which you can see here. It's a .22 caliber cartridge that was adopted to counter the 5.56 the Americans had adopted in the M16 rifle during the Vietnam conflict. Now, the AK-74 has a sight radius of about 14.5 inches. The U.S. Army uses a Colt M4 rifle right now, which also has about a 14.5, 15-inch sight radius. So the sight radiuses between the two rifles are actually quite similar. Now, the A4 rifle that the Marine Corps uses definitely has a longer sight radius with its 20-inch barrel. But today we're going to compare the M4 to the AK-74. Let's fire off 5 rounds of 7N6, which you have here, at 100 yards using the Arsenal SGL-31. And let's get an idea of just how accurate the rifle is. Okay, we're down at the 100-yard line after firing 5 rounds out of the Russian-made SGL-31. We have 5 shots here, which measure just a little over 3 inches. Not too bad. Let's talk about the Colt M4. Here's an M4. This is a 6920, which is a semi-automatic, civilian legal version of the U.S. Army's M4 rifle. Now, this rifle does differ from the actual M4 in that it actually has a 16-inch barrel versus its military counterpart's 14.5-inch barrel. It also has a semi-automatic trigger group. Now, it shares the same sight radius as its military counterpart, which is about 14.5 inches. And again, that's similar to the AK-74's. This rifle fires the 5.56 millimeter cartridge. The 5.56 was adopted with the original M16 during the Vietnam era. Now, I am going to fire some Winchester Olin M855 ammunition here today to get an idea of what the accuracy is of the Colt M4. I've chosen the M855 cartridge because the M855 is what people recommend for the 1 in 7 twist rate of the M4 rifle. I'm going to fire 5 rounds of the M855 at 100 yards, and let's get an idea of the accuracy of the M4. We're at 100 yards after firing 5 rounds out of the Colt M4 rifle. A little less than 2 inches for 5 shots at 100 yards. That's pretty impressive for a carbine-length rifle using military surplus ammunition. Okay, so what did we learn out here today shooting the AR and the AK side by side? Well, we learned that the AR is definitely more accurate than the AK. Big surprise, right? Here's the 100-yard group with M855 out of the M4, which is about 2 inches, a little less than 2 inches. Here we have the AK-74's 3 inches at 100 yards using the 7N6 surplus ammunition. So as the range increases, the M4 is definitely going to have the advantage in terms of accuracy. But the question you have to ask yourself if you're a civilian looking for a survival rifle is how much accuracy do you really need? Now the AK-74 possesses what's commonly referred to as minute of man accuracy. That means you can hit a man-sized target, for me, out to 300 yards or so, and that's all I need with a rifle with iron sights. Now one other thing we didn't address in this video is the fact that iron sights aren't all that common anymore, especially in the United States. A lot of people use red dot sights and other types of optics. So iron sights are pretty much viewed as backup options these days. When I was in the military, it was your primary fighting tool, iron sights. We didn't use red dot sights. So with red dot sights, that changes the game a little bit, but I think we've shown that the accuracy potential definitely has the advantage given to the M4, even with optics. So the question you have to ask yourself is really, how much accuracy do you need? Now, the M4 definitely is a great range rifle, meaning if you want to go out and print tiny groups with a rifle, the M4 is going to be your best choice. If you're looking for a combat rifle, perhaps you should consider the AK. The reason I say that is because the AK is definitely more reliable than the M4. How much more reliable? Well, opinions vary. Now, I did serve with the M16 in the United States Marine Corps, and I did find that the rifle was extremely good in terms of a service rifle. Of course, it had occasional malfunction, but it was something that was easily cleared, given our training. I didn't have any problems with the rifle. It never let me down. So I don't have a problem with the M16 in principle. Now, as a civilian, I have to look at things a little bit differently. In the military, I have the logistical system of the United States military standing behind me to support me. I also have a company of men. In a shiznit hits the fan type situation, I might not have that company of men backing me up. Matter of fact, I know I probably won't. It might just be myself, my wife, my kids, maybe a buddy or two. In that case, I value reliability more than extreme accuracy. If I can hit a man-sized target out to 300 meters, which I think I've proven here today that you can do with the AK-74, that's all I think that I need. I much more value the reliability of the AK because I know that with the M16 or the M4 or the AR-15, maintenance is more critical. I know that I have to clean this pretty regularly. If I fall in a mud hole, I have to be mindful that the M4 may stop working. With the AK, I can use a mud hole to clean it. Now, I do have an AK-47 that I've had for about 20 years. The last 10 years, I haven't even cleaned the rifle, and I've fired thousands upon thousands of rounds, and the gun has never had a malfunction. That's the type of reliability I'm talking about with the AK. I can probably go with never cleaning this rifle as a survival rifle and not have to worry about it. But I know that after I get past 1,000 rounds, I better be mindful of the M16 or the AR-15 because I know it's going to need some maintenance. So that's why I choose the AK. And I don't think that the AR is a bad choice. If you choose the AR, hey, more power to you. I don't think it's a bad choice. You understand what the limitations of the rifle are or what the requirements of owning the rifle and operating the rifle are, and you accept those and you can work with those, and that's all you really have to do. There really is no wrong answer here. If you guys have any questions about the test that we conducted out here this afternoon, feel free to swing by our Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/militaryarms. You can also find us on our online discussion forum at www.militaryarmschannel.com. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for those subscriptions, and I'll talk to you guys soon.